God.
Hello loves, Scott Jones here with our latest installment of Americans Who Love Britain. It's a twofer in the category department today, traditions and food. We're going to talk to you all about the traditional English Christmas lunch. You know, the Christmas holiday season, as I've said many times before, is one of my favorite times in all things British, from the food to the traditions and all of that. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about that in the Christmas season, but the feature is our traditional Christmas lunch, what you might see in an average middle class or working class family in the UK. But first off, since food's involved, we've got to take a little toast here. This time I've got a nice Merlot, so cheers to you. Before we get on to the Christmas lunch, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the winter season and one of the traditions that is so beloved and still reigns today in the United Kingdom and specifically in England, and that's going around visiting friends and family during the winter and specifically the Christmas season. Traditionally, what you would have would be folks come over for, quote, mulled wine and mince pies. And while I haven't mulled the wine here, I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. Mulled wine is actually wine served warmed. It is usually spiked with some spices like nutmeg and cinnamon, and you might even find an orange slice in it. There's recipes for this that I'll put in the description down below if you want to try it. But it's usually served not in a glass like this, but in a mug, or as they say, a beaker. And mince pies are served. You know, mincemeat is somewhat popular here in the U.S., but what I have done is from our shipments from the UK, these are Mr. Kipling's miniature mince pies. I won't cut one open for you, but they have mincemeat in them. Nobody does mincemeat better, in my view, than the British. It's got a little orange peel, and this recipe has an apple base to it, and of course the mincemeat, which is raisins and all of that. I like Mr. Kipling's. Here's the box that they came in. You can find these at your British specialty stores and even some of the main grocery stores that carry international fare, including stuff from England. You can find Mr. Kipling's. They also make a great cherry tart. But those are the mince pies, and as I said, during the Christmas season, going around and visiting and having mulled wine and some mince pies is always part of the Christmas fare. Let's move on to the Christmas lunch. The traditional fare in a Christmas lunch I'm going to go over with you in a minute, but this is the kind of table you might see set in a typical British home. Got our teacup here. Our Christmas crackers, which we'll talk about in a minute. These are always fun. And a nice glass of wine in the finest silver. But what is interesting to note, and we're going to do some segments on British comedies, this pattern here, for those of you that like British comedies and are familiar with Keeping Up Appearances, this is hyacinth bucket, pronounced bouquets, royal Doulton with hand-painted periwinkles. This is the exact pattern they used on the TV show. Yeah, I know, I'm pathetic. I collect all things British, but these are our royal Doulton with hand-painted periwinkles. But this would be a typical table setting for a British Christmas lunch. The Christmas cracker, you may have heard some lines in some of the British comedies. Be sure you don't pull it after the pud. Pud is British slang for the Christmas pudding that follows the Christmas lunch. But on a traditional day, you would sit down at about 1 o'clock after church services, have a Christmas lunch. You pull your Christmas crackers. Christmas crackers, by the way, they have a Christmas hat that the British folks wear at the table. They usually have a limerick or a little sheet with a joke on it and a surprise. So we'll pop this when the time comes. But I wanted to show you a little bit of what you would see on a typical plate at a Christmas lunch. So let's take a look. And here we go. A traditional plate of Christmas lunch, traditional British fare. I'll point out to you, obviously, roast potatoes. Those are very popular in England, but they are a staple of your traditional Christmas lunch. You got to have the Brussels sprouts. Now, folks, they're not my favorite. I cook them with bacon and onions on the stove top. It makes them a little bit more tasty, but these would either be baked or boiled, your traditional Brussels sprouts. Also on the plate, you'll find small sausages wrapped in bacon. Those are always there. Carrots, you know, in terms of varying families throughout England, their Christmas lunch or dinner, if you will, is not much different than ours. They may have many more vegetables, or you might see English peas here, and of course you've got the roast turkey with the turkey gravy on it. Carrots, you might see English peas, you might see other family recipes on the plate, but if you were to go for just a standard British Christmas lunch, roast potatoes, sausages wrapped in bacon, Brussels sprouts, carrots or peas or both, and roast turkey with a little bit gravy. Now we eat stuffing in the U.S. in a lot of families, and so do those in the U.K., but I've decided to go with our traditional Yorkshire pudding, and as you can see here, we put lashings of the turkey gravy across our Yorkshire pudding. We have an episode where we teach you how to cook Yorkshire puddings right here on this channel. Check it out. But instead of stuffing, I went with the traditional Yorkshire pudding with lashings of gravies. But this is tasty fare, and what you would see that is pretty standard on any British table for Christmas lunch. So again, different kinds of vegetables. In one episode of The Vicar of Dibley, one of my favorite British comedies, she agrees to 3 Christmas lunches, and at one of the lunches they serve 16 different vegetables with the Christmas lunch. But if you're looking to put together a traditional British or English or UK type Christmas lunch, Brussels sprouts, roast potatoes, little sausages, carrots or peas, and roast turkey and gravy with a good old traditional Yorkshire pudding will fit the bill. Now for what every British family always looks forward to. After you've had your traditional Christmas lunch, comes time for the Christmas pudding. Christmas puddings date back to the 1400s, but today's traditional pudding you can get store-bought. I went and got these, and again, they have them in America. I had this stuff shipped from the UK. Walker's is a great brand here for all kinds of things. They're famous for their shortbread cookies. They're a Scottish company. This is a 1-pound Christmas pudding. Some of them are as big as this. They're quite expensive to get here in the US and have them shipped here, but I went with Walker's for this video, and it's always a lovely thing. It's usually served as you see it with a sprig of holly. Some people make their own, but these days with busy families, you can actually put these in the microwave now and all of that. This is a traditional pudding. It's made with different kind of fruits, raisins, sultanas, which are golden raisins, orange, and other kind of fruits. But they are so much better than a traditional fruit cake. Usually has a sprig of holly on it here. Some of them will have powdered sugar across them. But the big deal about Christmas puddings is, you heard the term maybe flaming pudding. Traditionally, the Brits will pour either rum or some sort of favorite liquor or liqueur over the top of it and light it. I don't like particularly the taste of brandy, so I've got here a small bottle of Grand Marnier, and the purpose of this is twofold. Instead of microwaving, traditionally the liquor would be poured across it and you light it to warm it. I like the flavor of Grand Marnier. It's got an orangey flavor, but any liquor that you like, whether it be rum, whiskey, or the traditional brandy, you can do. But the idea is to pour a little bit over the top, and it drizzles down the side a little bit, and then the idea is to actually light the liquor. Well, folks, apparently I bought the only fire retardant Christmas pudding in all of England, but you get the idea. You put your liquor on top and you light it. I put our sprig of holly back in it. After you've had your traditional Christmas lunch and your Christmas pudding, it's always fun to pull the Christmas crackers. You usually partner up with one of your table mates and you both pull for each other. I'm solo here today, so I'm going to pull my own. It's got a little firecracker mechanism in the middle when you pull it. That's why they call it a cracker. And the idea is they pop, and inside you find a little toy. In this case, I've got a miniature deck of playing cards. For some reason there's no Christmas hat, but I do have, oh wait a minute, there it is. Yay! Okay. And our riddle. What sweets do frogs like? Lollipops. I didn't say they were funny, that's just what comes in them. And of course, a lot of times the family will get together after Christmas lunch and play charades. The movie for this joke is The English Patient. But here we have our traditional Christmas hat. I've got a really fat head, so we'll see if it fits. Some are fancier and they'll have foil stuff on them. These crackers, again, are another thing that's hard to get and expensive to get here in the U.S. and have them shipped. I'll put that aside, but inside we had our Christmas hat, we had our riddle, and also a suggestion of a charade movie. This one was The English Patient, and our little surprise, or the quote-unquote novelty, was a miniature deck of playing cards. What fun, what fun. The history of Tom Smith. Okay, an advertisement for the cracker maker. There you go. In any event, that's pretty much the traditional Christmas lunch. After lunch, people would socialize, listen to the Queen's speech, and kind of have a quiet evening at home. But I hope you've enjoyed this run-through traditional Christmas fare and traditions of the English during Christmas Day lunch. God, this pudding looks good. We're going to take a slice of it while I'm talking here. If you've enjoyed what we're doing here, please be sure and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We work real hard to bring you all things Britain for US lovers of the UK, and I've got more shipments coming of British fare for future videos. Also, down in the description, I've got a hookup for the viewers of this channel. If you like listening to books instead of reading them, audible.com. If you click the link below, it's a specialized link for my viewers only. You will get 1 month free and your first book download free with no further obligation, so you should try it out. All right. Here we go. I'll show you a little bit of what this Christmas pudding looks like. It's a very rich food cake looking, or fruit cake looking fare, but it is also good. It's pretty drunken because I poured a lot of Grand Marnier on it trying to get it to fire up. Like I said, I think I may have brought you the only fire retardant pudding in all of the UK. But in any event, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Here's to you. Stay tuned for more videos on the Christmas holidays and all things Britain for Americans who love Britain. Merry Christmas, and here's to you. Cheers.